This is the third year that we are honoring 6 inspirational members as our everyday heroes. And every year, the number of nominations just keep growing. Last November, we invited you to nominate a member whose efforts inspired you. We received more than 350 nominations, from which 27 semifinalists were selected. Then, in an online voting, more than 15,000 votes were counted, and here are the results. From the PSRP division, we have 5 semifinalists. A list of the PSRP finalists are there. The praise of this AFT Everyday Hero, AKA Lunch Lady, extraordinary, is endless. She is known as Mommy Netta or Mama to many in her small Louisiana town, where she is a mentor, teacher, cheerleader, provider, and friend. I'm proud to announce the PSRP Everyday Hero is Lynette Thomas from St. Martin Federation and School Employees. Lynette is a food service manager who serves healthy meals with a heaping side of confidence. She hosts a celebration every month for all the birthday kids who sit at her own table in the middle of the cafeteria and are given cupcakes, ice cream, and presents. For some children in St. Martin, this is their only birthday party. But Lynette not only helps the hundreds of children who come through her cafeteria doors, but the dozens of women and children she has taken into her homes. She gives these families a place to stay, warm meals, enough kindness, encouragement to get them back on their feet. The children and people of the St. Martin Parish are lucky to have felt the love, good cooking of the 2012 PSRP Everyday Hero, Lynette Thomas. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Loretta. First and foremost, I would like to thank God the Almighty for making everything possible and giving me the opportunity to work with the wonderful children at my school. I love my job because I know I make a difference in helping these kids the best way that I can. I also would like to thank my family, who are my biggest supporters and who is here with me today. I love you guys. I just want to let you know I love you guys. My LFT family, who is also here today, you are the greatest. I want to thank AFT for giving me this award, and I want to thank all the people who helped, voted for me, and supported me. I am so honored to receive this award. This is for my award, the 600 amazing and inspiring children that I have the privilege to care for every day. St. Martinville Primary and Parks, Louisiana, this award is for you also. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynette. We have a number of active retirees. We've had 4 semifinalists, and they're on the screen. We have all heard the saying, when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. This everyday hero personifies that sentiment. With his wife of 29 years died from breast cancer in 2006. His life was set adrift. I saw what cancer did to our own 2 kids. Watching one of our parents die leaves an emotional scars, he says, and I quote it. So he decided to start a foundation to help children with parents who have cancer. Our retiree, everyday hero, is Joe Sanatono from Roslyn Teachers Association. Joe used his wife's $10,000 insurance check to establish the Susan Sanrano Foundation, named in her honor. In the foundation's first year, Joe gave out 4 1,000 scholarships. To date, he has given out $130,000 in scholarships to students nationwide who have parents who are stricken or have passed away from cancer. The monies are earmarked to pay for their college tuition. Joe raises monies for the foundation by soliciting donations and holding benefit concerts and events. Joe makes the time to interview the students, give them a chance to open up and talk about their struggles, coping with their parents who have cancer. He sees this as cathartic experience for the students and allow them to express their fears and frustration. As Joe put it, children of cancer parents are the silent sufferers. Congratulations, Joe.
Wow. Thank you so much for the kind words, Dr. Johnson. If they only knew that I wrote it. Firstly, I'd like to thank the AFT and its members for honoring me with the Everyday Hero Award here at the vacation capital of the world, Detroit. When I actually found out that a former math teacher colleague of mine from Roslyn High School on Long Island nominated me, I naturally thanked her, but in jest I had to say, what, you couldn't wait until the convention was in Hawaii? But seriously though, you don't go into the business of starting a foundation to financially aid kids who have cancer-stricken parents for accolades and for recognition. But it certainly helps to get the message out to my colleagues and my peers. As was stated before, in 7 years, and I can't believe I'm telling you these numbers because you're looking at the foundation, I have given out to these silent sufferers close to $250,000. And venues such as this will allow it to continue to grow exponentially. Excuse me for the math reference, I was a math teacher. Having won the AFT Everyday Hero Award for the retirees category, you're well aware that I am no longer in front of my stage, the classroom. But yet, I am still helping kids, just in a different way. Making positive dents in the lives of students is why we all entered into this glorious profession called teaching. We are so much educators for life. It's in our blood and our very fiber. We have so much to offer the younger generation, well past our classroom days. I found my post-teaching career niche by starting a foundation and writing a book. I know, I'm very confident that all of you will find your path when your time comes. So in closing, I want to thank the AFT. I am very humbled by the recognition of the accomplishments and the work of the Susan Satriano Foundation. If you get a chance, come by and let's chat. I'd love to meet you and maybe even sell you a book. Once again, thank you to the AFT and to all of you for your support. Thank you so much.
From our Public Employee Division, We have 5 semifinalists. Some men measure their success by how much money or power they have. The everyday hero measures success by one kind act, one good deed, one act of courage, one life saved at a time. At 16, he knew he wanted to go into public service, and after he followed his uncle, a fire captain, into a burning building and helped everyone out to safety, since then the public service has been a career, but a way of life. He is a correctional officer, a volunteer fighter in a community, and a member of the National Guard. And the public employee everyday hero is Michael Mars. Michael's life is tapestry of selflessness, strength, and leadership. He has saved 2 more lives since that house fire, and during his last tour in Iraq, he saved the life of a fellow soldier after their vehicle was hit by a roadside bomb, and most recently, he derailed an inmate suicide attempt. And since joining the National Guard in 2004, he has had 4 tours of duty, 2 on the front line in Iraq, 1 non-combatant tour at Guatemala Bay, and 1 statewide in New Orleans to help with the recovery effort after the Hurricane Katrina. Michael says his philosophy is that if you can't make 1 positive change in someone's life or have 1 positive influence, you have done your job. And at all of 29 years, I think we can agree that Michael's done his job well. Michael? And by the way, he's from my state.
Good morning. I'm not very big on speeches, so it's gonna be real short. In fact, it's gonna be really short because I was gonna say something about my history or my brief, but it's already been said. I just want to say thank you for all the nominees that were selected in these categories. We all try to make a positive influence and a change in somebody's life. Thank you for Baltimore County Federal Public Employees 4883. To our executive board, our members, and our extended union brothers and sisters. I am honored to stand here and that you guys had chosen me. I tried to lead by example. I try to be an inspiration to our youth and to show that just because I'm not a professional athlete, I still can make and be a hero. But most important, let's not forget about our soldiers who are currently deployed. Or better yet, the ones that have given the ultimate sacrifice of their lives. As you know, I wear many hats. I am a combat veteran with many deployments. I was asked the other day, how can American people help us veterans? First, do not forget about us. Fly your flag high and proud. Not to sweat the petty stuff, but stand up for one another. Most important, from that roadside bomb that I had incurred about 2 years ago, my soldier, Jeremy Pierce, he is my hero, my inspiration. Just the other day, another soldier of mine that I went to high school with was killed in Afghanistan. So let's not forget about him or his family, Sergeant Brandon Pepper. That's it. Thank you guys for everything.
Thank you, Michael. From our AFT healthcare division, there were 3 semifinalists. School nursing is a passion for our healthcare everyday hero. For the last 26 years, our hero has committed herself to helping students and their families. As nurse president of her local, she has fought to maintain a school nurse position in every school in her district. The healthcare everyday hero is Sandra McCauley, nurse president of the West Haven Federation of Teachers and School Nurses. Whenever Sandra sees students or families in need, she figures out a way to help. For example, she has approached her local pharmacy to donate nebulizers for children with asthma, set up a bike safety program for students, taught CPR to staff, coaches, community members, and she held an after-school program to teach children how to knit and crochet. Sandra's help often comes in the form of Christmas gifts, Thanksgiving baskets, or lunch money. She also provides health services on Saturdays and in the summer for children enrolled in Echo Camp. Sandra's nominator, who is the school health supervisor on the West Haven Board of Education, said this about her: Sandy's passion for school nursing has never waned. Indeed, it has increased over time and over years of caring for many children who have benefited from knowing her. Congratulations, Sandra.
Good morning. You know, I've attended a lot of conventions sitting out there as a delegate, and I often wondered what it would feel like to be up here, and now I know. It's scary. I'm honored to receive the Everyday Heroes Award for Healthcare. I thank the AFT for choosing me as a candidate and all the people who voted for me online. I accept this award on behalf of all school nurses. The role of a school nurse has evolved over the years. We were once considered to be just dispensers of Band-Aids and soothers of stomach aches, but that has certainly changed. With more students with healthcare needs in school, nurses have become a necessity, serving as a liaison between parents, teachers, administrators, and healthcare providers in the community to ensure that every child is academically successful. School nurses allow teachers to teach, administrators to administrate by providing health care to children in a school setting so that they may be in school, in class, and ready to learn. It is important that school systems retain and increase school nurses in their communities. The administrators rely on them, the teachers and parents seek their guidance, and most of all, the children need them. With the support of AFT, every child will have access to a full-time school nurse. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. From the teacher division, we had 5 finalists. When AFT retired member Donna Ruland is asked about this everyday hero, she sings his praises and calls him a wonderful, wonderful person. Donna is one of thousands of flood victims hit by Hurricane Irene last year. And she wasn't the only one. 80% of the houses in her small upstate New York community had 4 to 8 feet of water in them. Dozens of families lost their homes, and every business on Main Street was destroyed. Our teacher everyday hero rallied hundreds of his union brothers and sisters to clean up not only Donna's home, but nearly 120 others. And our teacher everyday hero is Martin Mesner. Martin is president of the Schoharie Teachers Association. He helped his community dig out from the disaster. Under his leadership, the 100-member local contributed $10,000 and raised another $30,000 to eventually insulate about 160 homes, churches, and businesses coordinating the work with 300 volunteers and 100 different organizations to get the job done. Many people credit Martin with saving the town of Schoharie, saving the town from being wiped off the map by Hurricane Irene. But Martin is quick to tell you that this has all been a team effort and that it is all about helping neighbors and friends. Andy Pilata, New York State United Teachers Executive Vice President and one of the volunteers who joined Martin's efforts, describes him like this. He is somebody who embodies being part of the community. He does that and he lives that. Congratulations, Martin.
Thank you very much. This is truly an honor, honestly, but this most certainly is not about me. There's simply no way I could have accomplished this on my own. This is a combined team effort that involves hundreds of different people and organizations. It includes my family, who tolerates my long absences from home, my local members, who have given time, money, and suffered through this disaster since the beginning. The New York State United Teachers, which gave me the support and training that I needed. Over 100 different service organizations and 300 individuals who came out and worked in some of the worst conditions I have ever experienced. Organizations like the Mahopac Teachers Association that drove hours from the southern part of our state, rented hotel rooms, then worked for 2 straight days from dawn to dusk, insulating 9 homes with hardly a break. It includes the United Federation of Teachers, whose financial contribution made the project possible and then drove an entire bus of teachers up from the city to help rebuild. These are just 2 examples. I could go on and on. The dedication of my fellow locals to help rebuild our town has been nothing short of a much-needed miracle. I've learned a great deal from this experience. And as I've walked around and met people from all over the country, I've experienced a great deal of justified and understandable anger. Anger about being demonized and scapegoated by politicians. Anger about elections now being bought by super PACs, paid for by the richest among us. Anger about a growing divide between the rich and the poor that is greater than that of even ancient Rome. I'd be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to convey a message about what I learned from our work. And it boils down to this. You can give a person a $100 gift card or donation, and they will be grateful. But unfortunately, they tend to forget about it once the money is spent. But if you go out and you buy the raw materials in their time of need, you roll up your sleeves and toil beside them saying, we are going to do this together. If you can do that, that is something they will never forget. It creates a bond, solidified through sweat and tears, that Wall Street, with all their money, all of it, will never be able to buy or match. I am standing in a room full of heroes, people that have dedicated their lives to helping others. Many of you are already involved in community service. But I would ask you, when you pick up that hammer to help your neighbor, don't do so just as a community member, or just as a teacher, nurse, SRP, state worker, or retiree. Do it as a union member, and do it together. So the next time David Koch decides to run that ad that tells everyone how greedy the unions are, just imagine for a moment, the look of confusion and puzzlement on your neighbor's face as they watch that ad, and they mumble to the TV, "Not our unions." When that happens all across this country, we will have won, and no amount of money from Wall Street, the Kochs, or the extreme right wing will be able to change it. So I ask you, please, please, sisters and brothers, join us in redoubling our community commitments. And I promise you 2 things. We will win, and we won't need to be angry anymore. Congratulations to my fellow finalists, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Martin. Great response. And finally, from the Higher Education Division, we had 5 finalists. Hardly a week or even a day goes by when this everyday hero is not involved in one charitable event or another. Volunteering for good causes has been a lifelong commitment on her part, but she actually stepped up her game in the last 10 years after losing both parents to cancer and wanting to mark their lives in a memorable way. In that time, she has had a hand in raising between $1 and $2 million for Detroit area charities, ranging from Cass Community Services to help the homeless, to the Cattle Barons Ball to help the American Cancer Society. And higher education everyday hero is Detroit's very own Bonnie Job. Now, we only have time to scratch the surface of Bonnie's commitment to her community, so let me just list some of the organizations that Bonnie has poured her heart and soul into helping. St. John's Hospital, Operation Smile, Detroit Historical Society, Detroit Symphony, Humane Society, Women's Survival Center, and the list goes on. Bonnie also makes an effort to enlist her students to help with children's hospital projects, Toys for Tots, the gift of reading, shoebox gifts, all to give back to the community as a lifelong vocation. Congratulations, Bonnie.
Thank you so much. I love all these hugs. Okay, welcome to Detroit. I hope that you will explore our beautiful city and celebrate its return to greatness. Having taught in the state of Michigan for 38 years, I am so honored to receive this award in my home state and local community. I can assure you that in this circumstance, winning a trip to Detroit was quite a nice surprise. I humbly accept this award on behalf of Henry Ford Community College, my colleagues and students, as well as the charities I've been very privileged to serve. I am grateful to them and my family and friends for getting out the vote for me. Thank you, Dr. Larry Walsh, for your continual support in all I do. A special thanks to John McDonald, President of Local 1650, the HFCC and AFT communication staffs, and the Detroit media for their help. In addition, I offer my sincere congratulations to the other AFT heroes. You truly make a difference in this world. As an exercise physiologist, I teach my students to eat healthy, exercise, and get adequate sleep. I also encourage them to get involved in charities such as Toys for Tots, Gift of Reading, and the Detroit Children's Hospital. I strongly believe that charitable giving will influence their contribution to society as adults and contribute to their overall sense of well-being. I'm very proud of having raised money for the HFCC Student Emergency Fund for 34 years. So I really appreciate that you, fellow members of AFT, have put together backpacks and school supplies for the children of Detroit. Thank you so much. In closing, I urge you to say good things about Detroit when you go home. We have been through a lot here, but are very proud of how far we have come. Thank you, and thank you again for this great honor, the highlight of my teaching career.
Thank you, Bonnie, and let's give another round of applause for all of our 2012 Everyday Heroes.